I would love to do an unboxing video, but I usually can't wait that long, so it's now time for another gear haul. What's going on, everybody? It's Lamar with MFM Research, and today we are doing EDC Gear Haul number 7. And for those that hadn't seen one of these, this is an opportunity for me to do inventory of everything I've picked up since the last gear haul. And since then, I've had a few brands reach out. It's been a Prime Day, my birthday's happened, and we've just picked up a couple things. So we're gonna go through all that today. So take a seat, grab a drink. I've got mine. Let's dig in. All right, so we're gonna start with my favorite area, and that's the bags and the pouches. So I picked up some things from 511, and the first is the 511 Igor pouch. It's an EDC pouch organizer that's a little bit on the larger side, and it's kind of cool because it's got a hook and loop panel on the left-hand side, and you can adjust that elastic paneling, and I think that's pretty cool. So we're going to take a look at that maybe in the future and do a review on that, or talk about how I incorporate it in some of my other sets. This one I've done a video on already. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in there. It's amazing how big this thing is and how much stuff it holds. I was actually going to use the Igor pouch for this, but then Maxpedition reached out and sent me the Beefy, and I've been using it ever since. It holds everything. It's a toolbox in a bag, really. So check that video out. I'll put that link in the description. As we're going through this, I'll be sure to put links to these things in the description. So if you're interested in picking them up, it'll be right there for you to grab. Some of them will be affiliate links, help out the channel a little bit. Some of them won't be. And then I'll also, if you want further information, if I've done a video on them already, I'll be sure to have the review linked in the description as well. So a little bit more Maxpedition. They gave me the platy as well, and that was the pouch to start the Maxpedition rabbit hole. So I've got this guy, and I've been using it for a few months now, and I've really been enjoying it. And you're gonna see how I think the final form of the platy is gonna be for me here in, I think, the video of the next item to talk about, and that's the Maxpedition Falcon. They sent me their backpack, and I'm gonna show you how I'm using those in conjunction when I do that review here in the next week or two from the time of this video coming out. So be on the lookout for that. It's a solid backpack, it's comfortable, and it's got tons of organization and customizability. So if you remember in the travel gear breakdown that I did not too long ago, I think maybe over the late summer after my trip to the beach with the family, I talked about how I want to pick up an EDC tote, and I ended up doing that, and I went with the tote from Stubble & Co. After looking at everything that was out there, they were the ones that kind of met my needs, and I may have to do a review of that in the future as well to talk about it, because there aren't very many reviews of it out there. So if you're interested in the tote, I'll have that out there for you to look at in the future as well. So this one's a set. This is the Nectrum Vanda 22 and the tote. So they actually sent me both of them to do a review. I've been using it for a good little while as my back and forth to work backpack, and I wanted to spend a good bit of time with it because there's a lot going on with this bag. And I think in the next week or two as well, I guess it's going to be a backpack theme for going into November. And then one of the things, I thought that it was actually just the way they packaged it, but I realized it's an add-on, and I've been using it to bring gear back and forth upstairs, and that's their tote bag as well. It's not as feature-rich as the Stubble & Co. tote, but if you just need a basic tote to fold up, throw in your bag, and have in case you need it, it's pretty solid for that. And so like I was saying, back to 511, I wanted to try one of their backpacks again. I haven't had a lot of luck with 511 bags, but I know this one is popular, and it's the Rush 12. I think I have the 12. I don't think I got the 24. And it's in blue. We wanted to talk about a 511 bag. And then I think I also want to do some discussion on, a lot of people talk about the tactical backpacks and things like that and how they worry about carrying those. So I'm going to do a breakdown and talk about that with some of the backpacks I have. And then going next, you saw this one in my wallet EDC, and that's the One Tigress front pocket wallet. I've been using that to go to work to hold my badge and a small contingent of EDC gear. It might be my go-to for a little while until I switch it to something else to try the next thing, but it's pretty solid. It's my first item from One Tigress, so it's pretty cool. Might have to check them out and see what else they have. So this one I was debating back and forth if I was gonna put it on here, but because, like I talk about all the time, I've got hats, I need to store them. I did pick up a travel hat case. It sits in the house right now. Don't think I'll actually travel with it, but if you need a place to store your hats, it's a solid little organizer. I think it holds maybe 20 or so baseball caps, so it might be something you want to check out. So it's been a little while since I picked up something from Garage Built Gear. I've been keeping my eye on what he's been doing over there lately, and not too long ago he had a couple limited drops of the Subby. I kept missing them, so then he opened it up for pre-order. I wish I would have got one in wax canvas, but I got the black Eco Pack instead. It's still pretty solid, and I've been using that as well. I've been on a bit of a large pouch kick, so this is the third one that I picked up with the Beefy this guy, the Subby, and then the Igor. Been using those in different configurations. So the last bag or tote or pouch or whatever that I have on the list today, I wasn't sure if I was even going to include it, but it's pretty solid, and it's the Hoto tote that I picked up when I met with the folks at Hoto to look at some of their stuff. They gave me a lot of goodies, and some of those will come up a little later in the video, but they gave me a nice little tote. It's a little crinkly, but I've been using it too around the house. So let's talk about some of the tools that I picked up, both some multi-tools and some tools with a single function. First up is the next tool, E1. I wanted to pick up a few more multi-tools to see what's out there and see if they fit my needs a little better. And this was the first one that I wanted to pick up. I really picked it up because of the form factor. I really like that rectangular form factor. So we're gonna see how that works in the weeks to come. And so the next one, I actually ordered the waiter from Victorinox, but they send, I guess from what I can tell, is the picnic. And that's what I'm gonna use in my cigar EDC to replace the bottle opener, give me a new corkscrew, and to give me a knife when I open certain wines and whiskeys out in the garage. I've had my eye on this one for a little bit, and it's the next tool, W4. It's got sort of a ratcheting wrench design on it, and that's the main feature of the multi-tool. And surprisingly, I didn't realize it at first, but it does have a set of pliers on it as well, and it does have a spot for your bits. It's got a lot going on, so I'm really gonna test that out. It's in the beefy. I've used it once or twice so far. I can't complain. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a little bit larger than some of the multi-tools I normally carry, but because the beefy is so large and I'm not carrying it in my pockets, it's not a problem at all. So I think in one of my comments somewhere, somebody said give Rock Tool a try. So I picked up their 27-in-1 multi-tool, got it on a pretty good price. It came with 3 bits. It came with a belt sheath as well. Probably not going to use that. It's going to go straight into a pouch or a sling. I haven't decided which use case I'm going to use it for yet. I've got 2 potential homes for it, so I'm going to decide between those 2. Once I decide, I'll be incorporating that, and you'll probably see it in a video in the future. If you want to see a full-blown video on it, let me know. I do have some thoughts on it already, so just let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing that. So I was on a bit of a Work Pro kick, and I didn't even realize it, so these next 3 parts all came from Work Pro. And the first one is the 12-in-1 stubby ratcheting screwdriver. I wanted to try one of these little screwdrivers. I don't have one, so I wanted to try one of those and incorporate it in the kit, using it around the house and different stuff like that to see if I like that over some of just the regular ratchets and things like that that I have. I also have the 34-piece 1/4-inch mini ratchet set. It's got some bits, it's got some sockets, it's got an extender, it's got a little ratchet in it as well. And I've been using that. It's actually going into the beefy. If you check out my shorts on YouTube, you'll see where I incorporated that in the beefy already. My father-in-law actually got to get his hands on it and try a little bit, and he told me that he really enjoyed it. It's a pretty solid tool. It's got a lot of versatility. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's pretty affordable. So the last Work Pro item, and I blame Suds at Pocket Theory for this one, and that is the 4-inch Work Pro pliers. I've been using those for a little while. I've incorporated them to a kit already. They've already found a home. They're pretty solid. I like them. It's funny, you hear 4-inch and they're a lot smaller than even I anticipated, but they do come in handy. They fit in the pouch, no problem, and I am enjoying them so far. So these were in the beefy, but they got replaced by the mini ratchet set that I picked up from Work Pro, and that's the Galvanox 21-piece flat bit set along with the Galvanox flat end ratchet and bit extender. They fit that Leatherman style footprint, and I was going to use them with my SOG Power Pint. It's okay, it works, it does the job, but some of the other multi-tools that I've picked up, I think that flat bit profile works a little better in those when you're doing a lot of adjusting and stuff like that. So I'm incorporating it somewhere else. You'll see that in a loadout coming soon. I did get some goodies from Hoto, and the first thing they gave me is this precision driver, one of the smaller ones. I've got the larger one with the multiple accessories in the case, but this is just the one that's got the bits in the handle that are magnetized in there, and it's more of an on-the-go solution. So I never really wanted to carry my original one that I've had. I've been recommending that one for years, and this one gives me an on-the-go option, and it found its home in the beefy as well. And one more thing, I haven't had a chance to use them. I actually wish I would have gotten the sanding set first, but I got the small drill set, and that's the Hoto Snap Block. It's a modular setup of EDC tools. There's a drilling set, there's a screwdriver set, and then there's a sanding, polishing set that I wish I would have got from my model kits. It's well made. I did mess with the drill just a little bit just to see how it works. I do have a couple mods on one of my model kits that I'm going to use, and a couple projects in the garage that need some small holes put in, and I'm going to do that here in the near future. So next up is the stuff that I would consider the more traditional small EDC related stuff that might end up in your pockets, in your backpack, in your sling, that's gonna go with you day to day for different needs. So the first thing is, like I mentioned before, is I broke my Apple Watch, and instead of replacing it right away, since it still works, it still charges, I just worry about that dome on the bottom scratching my wrist. I bought a little fob for it so I can clip it to my belt. That was actually in my keychain EDC, so you can take a look at that if you want to see that a little bit more. I've been clipping it to my belt here and there. I may get a new watch or something here in the near future, but right now I'm working on getting my old G-Shock back and running, so we'll see how that goes. And so these, they're just right here the whole time, and there's these double-sided tool grip mats. They're actually even strong enough to hold my phone, and I do appreciate that. I use them, like I mentioned before, I use it outside. I was putting together some patio furniture. I could put the screws that were next up on the grill and then just use that to grab them from there instead of going back and forth in my pocket and risking them falling out. So I really like it. It came in a 3-pack. I've got one up here, one in the beefy, and then I've got one, I think it's gonna go in a car kit or something like that. So really like those. I might even get some more of those. I'm glad I found those. I decided to finally get the O-Knife Duron. I wanted the blue scales, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a really classy knife, I guess you can say. It goes really well with the Stubble & Co. tote bag. Spoiler, that's pretty much where I carry that, but I just like that blue. I'm not going on a whole blue theme EDC or anything. I've done enough with the green, but I do like how they go together because it's very similar blue. And so, like I mentioned before, notebooks and things like that are always important to me. I had to try a new one this time around, and that's the Dingbats A6 Reporter Notebook. I wanted something vertical. I'm really enjoying it for the checklist that I have to do. And I've been managing some of my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube shorts, and that's been pretty cool. So that, a straight edge, it's been pretty solid combination. Paper's well made. I like the faux leather on the front. It's a little bit bigger than I want. I wish it was a little smaller to go in some of my smaller notebooks, but for what it is, it's well made. The paper seems pretty good quality, and I'm enjoying it. And so this guy right here, this was in my EDC regrets. I never missed a chance to whip this guy out, and that's the GTKII GTK6 fixed blade knife. It's been around. It's gonna be a desk prop. I'm not gonna use it for anything functionally, but it was fun. It's a fun thing to get that's not really as functional. Doesn't always have to be functional stuff. I don't think I'm gonna carry it. I may, just for S&Gs, clip it on the Maxpedition Falcon just to see what that looks like. So be on the lookout for that video to see if I do it then. So I can't get a notebook without a pen. I got the Hongyan M2 Black Forest fountain pen. And I didn't realize that there was actually a fan base for this guy. It's an affordable pen. They say that it competes with the Kaweco Sport, but I don't know about all that. But it's a solid pen. I think I would have got a finer nib on that one, but I do like it. It writes well, it's comfortable, it looks to be well made, and I've been using that in conjunction with the Dingbats notebook. And then going back to my keychain EDC video again, I've got a couple little keychain related tools, and they are courtesy of Key Unity and Mech Army. So I got the belt clip, and I love their belt clips. They work well without having to wear a belt, so I think that's a pretty solid option, and I think more people need to take that. It doesn't always have to need a belt loop or hooking to your belt directly. This one gives you the opportunity to do that if you like, or you can just hook it to your sweatpants or something like that, and that's what I've been doing lately with it, or clipping it to the front of a bag. I've been doing that a few times as well. I also have the Mech Army CH24 and the Mech Army CH2PD, just two little key attachments. The 24 is a Ultim, or I think they call it PEI, which is basically Ultim, and it's a little small retractable keychain. It's got a locking collar. You can detach. I use my key fob for it. It's pretty solid. Check that video out for a little more details on that. And then the CH2PD is just a little titanium loop to hold some keys. I'm always interested in power banks, and I've got a couple that have caught my eye as of late, but this one kind of caught my eye for two reasons. One, because it's green and matched the theme for the EDC that I was doing that was all green, and two, it has an Apple Watch charging puck. Don't really need it as much now since I dropped and broke my Apple Watch, but if and when I do, or I can give it to my wife who has an Apple Watch as well, it'll come in handy for her. And I think I used it for her watch once or twice already, so definitely coming in handy on that front. And then this one, I haven't even opened it up yet, but I'm taking it with me for if I need, like in the backpack for the coffee shop. Sometimes I found that I wanted a little more space between a plug and everything that I was trying to charge when I'm out and about. So I just got the basis USB-C charger. It comes with, I think, 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A, and it can charge your laptop, it can charge your tablet, it can charge your phone, your AirPods, whatever you needed to charge. And so it gives me that functionality of converting one outlet into 4 spots to charge my gear. So it's probably gonna go with me either in my backpack if I'm going to the coffee shop, or it's gonna stay on my modular office table thing. I don't know what to call it yet. I haven't thought of the phrase for it. You'll see that in the video coming soon that I use in the garage in addition to my desk that's out there. Oh, and to be transparent, the items from Mech Army did come sent to me from them. Everything else I purchased myself. And again, I've been going on a bit of a flashlight kick. Again, not as much as last time, I don't think, but I've only got 4 this time. And the first one is the Tunergy S21X that I picked up. And it's in my green EDC as well. It's a solid flashlight. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles and the modes and things like that, but I really appreciate it for that. Sometimes I just want to turn a light on, something illuminated, move on my way. It does have a couple diffusers if you want to adjust the color profile or something like that. So I appreciate that as well. Just a nice, simple, solid flashlight. You can give it to anybody and they're going to be able to work it no problem. Don't have to worry about anything complicated, and it's got a magnetic base. If I didn't say it, they sent me that one as well. Woobin also sent me 2 lights. The X3 is becoming my favorite flashlight right now. It's got the adjustable head on it. It's got the charging case that you can use it as a lantern mode. It's got a red light in it. It's, I think, 700 lumens. Can't remember off the top of my head. I've been really enjoying that light, and that's kind of my go-to light lately is the X3. And they also sent me the PLO1, and that's the pen style flashlight. I don't really have very many pen style flashlights, so seeing if I like that style or not. So we'll see. I'll probably do a review on that here in the next few weeks as well. I might do both of them because I do use them in conjunction with each other quite frequently. So I may talk about that a bit as well. If I would have recorded this video 2 days ago, I wouldn't have included this in there, but it came in the mail just yesterday, and that is the Loop Gear Loop Dot. It was all over the internet, all over Instagram, all over Facebook, all over YouTube. And I backed the Kickstarter, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Got a few thoughts on it already. I've been playing with it so far, and I don't know if I'll do a full review on it. If you want to see a review on the Loop Dot, let me know, and I'd be happy to do that. So last up, this isn't EDC gear or anything like that, but sometimes to be well-rounded, I like to show some of the miscellaneous stuff that I picked up during the time frame as well. And first up is I got a cigar cutter for my cigar EDC. I've always wanted to try the scissor style cigar cutter, and so I picked one of those up because the straight cut that I use wasn't always doing it because it's got the stopper in the back, and sometimes I need it to be open to do what I need to do. So for those that are cigar smokers, you get it. For those that aren't, sorry about that. We'll go on to the next thing. In the last gear guide or a gift list or something, I got a ceramic whiskey cup. This one is now my new favorite whiskey cup, and that's the Arctic 8-ounce lowball tumbler. It's going to be in the gear guide, I guarantee you that. And I've just been enjoying it. It's double walled, it's ceramic, it's actually got a lid on it, and it's perfect. If you want to put a cube of clear ice or a craft ice ball from your refrigerator in there, it fits no problem. And I've just really been enjoying it. It seems to be well made, nice, and I probably used it quite a few times already. Definitely a fan. This one is not really EDC, but I do have a cigar EDC. I am a cigar fan. I do like to keep things filtered out, and I picked up a Shark air purifier to go in the garage. So won't spend too much time talking about that, but I got one. If you're interested in a purifier for your home or your garage or wherever, it works pretty good. Picked up some more Drakey Hanks. Nothing really much to say about that. They're green. They were for the green EDC. That's really all to it. 5-pack, solid, recommend them. Get all the colors if you want to. It's really not that expensive. And then this one's in the video. You've seen this. I've taken a couple drinks from it, and this is just the Berserk mug. If I mentioned in the video before that there are certain products, if I see it branded out in the wild, I'm gonna stop, slow down, and there's a high likelihood I'm gonna pick it up. Took my kids to Toys R Us. It was in the mall. Toys R Us is back, and this happened to be in there, and I couldn't let it stay in the store. Had to pick it up. This is my favorite work of fiction, so had to support, represent the Black Swordsman, and it's just basic coffee cup, but it's got the crew from Berserk on there. And then last up, we did a video on that. Not many people watched it, but that's okay. And that is the Smoke Pub electric beverage smoker. So its claim to fame is it smokes your beverages without the need of the butane torch. I've been using it pretty regularly. Before, I wasn't really using the butane whiskey smoker that I had before. It was a bit wasteful and a bit messy, and I felt like it wasn't really doing a good job imparting the smoke flavors in my beverage. This one does a fantastic job of doing that. I've been enjoying it lately. If you remember the Arctic lowball tumbler, it actually fits on there as well. I've used those two together. It works with pretty much most of the glasses I have, especially my whiskey glasses. So a solid recommendation. If you can find it, I'd recommend it. Get the kit with all the different wood chip flavors. It'll probably last you a long time. I've been using it for a few months now, and I've still got plenty of wood chips. It's probably gonna last for probably years. So that is EDC gear haul number 7. It was probably the biggest gear haul that I've had to date. If there was anything that you want to hear more about, let me know. I'll move that up in the review list. And some of the items I've already reviewed, so I'll have those in the description like I said. As always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. There are going to be some videos on the screen. Take a look at that for more of my content. I'm also trying to get more active on Instagram and TikTok, so take a look at that. Those links are going to be in the description as well. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. If I didn't say that already, if I did, I'm saying it twice. I'm Lamar with MF Research, and I'm out.